We're looking at a live picture of the scene outside a Brooklyn subway station where, as we've been reporting, at least 10 people were shot by a gunman during this morning's rush hour. That gunman is now at large. A manhunt is underway in New York, the nation's largest city, home to 9 million people. Joining our conversation is Speaker of the New York City Council, Adrienne Adams. Jonathan Lemire is with us as well. I wonder if you can just tell us the latest. Is there a sense that the manhunt has taken some specificity and shape and form? Our reporters have been detecting sort of a lack of really heightened edginess on the streets that leads some of them to wonder if that's the case.
Yeah, and thank you, Nicole, so much for having me on this afternoon. Such a tragic day for New York City. New Yorkers are resilient, we know that. So we see New Yorkers moving, although the movement, of course, is apprehensive this afternoon. NYPD's investigation is still ongoing, and I have every faith in the NYPD that this individual will be apprehended quickly.
Madam Speaker, when you engage with your colleagues or with other government officials, what are your top questions and fears as some of the information starts to become clearer to all of you?
Restoration of confidence. And the way that the city moves. New York has a very unique energy, which we all know. We have a very unique synergy about us. Regardless of how hard we get hit, we always get up. And of course, we always have 9/11, unfortunately, to look back on as the primary instance of such tragedy. So again, it is going to be restoring confidence in New York, in the safety of New York, which we know right now is it's in peril. It's something that we're working on right now. So that, to me, is most at the forefront right now, restoring that confidence.
Madam Speaker, have you considered convening any sort of working group to examine how it is that someone with a gun and a backpack full of fireworks got on the subway in the first place?
Well, it's something that we definitely can look at right now. My efforts are with the NYPD in having faith in their investigation and knowing that they are the experts to do that type of work. So my look right now in the moment is towards the NYP and their leadership.
I'd like to bring in my colleague, Jonathan Lemire.
Madam Speaker, good to see you. This incident, of course, comes at a moment where crime is up in New York, other big cities, too. There's been some real, as we were discussing earlier this hour, real sort of fears and wariness of the subway in particular. So let me ask you, what is your message to constituents as they, looking at the clock, might be eyeing a subway ride home in about a half hour or so? Do New York City subways safe, and what can be done right now to make it feel safer?
I will always encourage anyone that wants to come to the greatest city in the world to come to the greatest city in the world, which is New York City. We are still under the auspices of the NYPD, the most competent police force in the country. It's the police force that teaches other police how to do policing. So I encourage anyone that wants to visit New York to please do so. Know that we will continue to do everything in our power to restore confidence in our city, and of course, believe in the work of those who are here to keep the public safe.
Madam Speaker, respectfully, I think people are sort of living with the reality that the statistics bear out, that crime's up 36%, shootings are up 16%. And now this is likely a story seen all around the world of the most vulnerable kind of victim, people just on their way to work. And, I want to apologize for the conversation that we've had about whether or not to take the subway, especially with Uber price hikes and taxi surcharges, isn't an option for a lot of people who rely on the subway. What is the blow like to have those statistics marry up with an international story of a mass shooting on our subway?
It's tragic. Nicole, it's absolutely tragic. You know, there is no way to hide from the statistics. They are what they are. We have seen a surge. There's no way around that. We are concerned about the surge. You know, it's something that it's an uphill battle. We've seen gun violence increase in the city of New York. We have gone definitely, you know, in front of anyone who will listen to let people know that we have to crack down on guns in this country. There are no guns manufactured in the hands of those who have them here and who are bringing them here. We have to pay attention to the iron pipeline and the proliferation of illegal weapons coming into our city. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We also, and we appreciate President Biden, his crackdown now on ghost guns, which we saw take the life of an innocent child just the other day. Yeah. There are several different things that we've got to take a look at. We have to take it seriously, but it is going to take clamping down on the legislation in this country. This is not a New York thing. This is a nationwide phenomenon. Gun violence is an epidemic in this nation.